I know that's the weirdest way to start a Raw review, but man, if you guys go to my Twitter, y'all would have seen what I was trying to say to this dude. This dude's delusional, okay? This dude is just a weird cat. But anyways, you know what else is weird? Monday Night Raw. Live from San Antonio, Texas, the January 15th, 2018 edition of WWE Monday Night Raw. But I am not alone today to talk about this. Oh no, I couldn't be alone to talk about this wonderful episode of Monday Night Raw. So you guys see that little picture right here? That's my friend Ross. Now, just know, the Chase Oliver channel does not have super high computer value productions, alright? So, which means if someone gets on video or anything like that, this stream goes down. Like, nothing happens. But, you can have people on Skype. But I don't want people to think there's a random ghost going on in there. So I want you guys at least to have a visual aid to see what Ross looks like. Look at it. He's wearing a Finn Balor shirt. Outdated picture. Yep. I'm pretty sure he got rid of that shirt. But anyways, we have Gold Standard 000, my boy Ross, the #1 Shelton Benjamin mark here on YouTube. Ross, how's it going, my friend?
It's going good. Yeah, that shirt, it's burned. It's nowhere to be found. I don't even... It's probably in my backyard somewhere. You know, I have no idea where it is.
Yeah, so, but first off, I gotta give a shout out to my boy Dan Bones in the chat. Hey, Dan Bones, what happened to Khabib? I thought you said he was overrated. Khabib manhandled Edson Barbosa's son. What you gotta say about that, man? You've been gone for a while, so I gotta ask you about that. I know everyone's gonna be like, why are you starting off a wrestling stream talking about MMA? But man, you guys know Dan Bones, he hates Khabib Nurmagomedov from the UFC, man. And like, we both picked Edson Barbosa to win. But man, Barbosa got the worst loss in UFC history. Not just any UFC fight, but UFC history. And plus, I know Dan Bones is gonna be asking me about UFC 220 sometime this week anyway. So I just wanted to ask him what happened, man, because he loves to like say how overrated Khabib is. Now I get to hear his response for once. But anyway.
Well, what happened? Was it like a knockout?
Oh no, Khabib like dominated him, Ross. Like he got like 2 10-8 rounds. Like there's never been a UFC fight more one-sided in the history.
Oh, wow. Damn.
But Dan Bones said that Khabib's like overrated, he sucks and everything like that. And I don't think that of Khabib. I think Khabib has some flaws. Like he's not the greatest lightweight in the world. But Dan Bones, man. There you go, man. Oh, Care Bear. Oh, Isaac Barak. We got to talk about Care Bear. Well, what's happening, Dynasty 2-on-5? What's happening? What's the worst thing possible? There's a lot of worst scenes possible on this episode of Raw. But anyways, let's start off with what happened on Raw this week, guys. So, Raw kicked off with Care Bear cutting a promo. Ross, what the fuck's going on here? Why is this guy cutting a promo?
I have no idea. I instantly just got up and was like, I got to do something else. Like, I can't deal with this.
Yeah, so Care Bear cut a promo, and this was literally Care Bear's promo. I want to tell a story. It has a happy ending. There's a monster, a machine, and a beast. I didn't know Kane was all of a sudden a machine, but I guess that's his new nickname because Finn Balor has the Damon. So Kane's now the machine. He's like, and there's only one man who survives, and that's the monster among men. And the crowd was dead fucking silent. Like the crowd was really like, they were like, okay, I guess. Out comes Kurt Angle, and he has a bunch of, like, security guards. And Kurt Angle goes, and he's like, Braun. And then Braun goes, I was trying to tell a story. And then Kurt Angle's all like, well, this story I'm about to tell you doesn't have a happy ending. And then everyone's like, what? And so Kurt Angle pretty much just said that after what Braun Strowman, a.k.a. the Care Bear, did to Brock Lesnar and a grappling hook and Kane last week, all of a sudden now Kurt Angle is going to take some action for this. So let me get this straight. This happened, this event, Ross, the event of Care Bear pulling down the scaffold, that happened when, Ross, on Monday Night Raw last week? When did that happen? Do you remember the time slot that happened at?
Was that like the middle of the show?
Yes! It happened during the halftime of the college football playoffs, damn it. The middle of the show. They had Care Bear do this. Now Kurt Angle, he was too busy worrying about making The Miz a match for Raw January 25th. He couldn't have all of a sudden and said, oh, I am just going to go and and arrest this guy and fire him now. No, he had more important things like making The Miz a match at Raw January 25th.
Mm-hmm.
So now, all of a sudden, logic kicks in. Kurt Angle goes, "'Cause, Braun, you're fired. Oh, it's true. It's damn true." Now, he didn't say that, but you figure Kurt Angle would do something.
Yeah.
Would do something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, Kurt Angle would say something like that. So Care Bear was like, like pissed off. So then we go and like Care Bear's being escorted, and the security guards were like, "Come on, man, you gotta go." He's like, "I don't have to." And then we go to commercial. We come back, and then all of a sudden, after Care Bear was standing his ground one scene, the next scene, he's getting pushed around by these jabronis, going to the exit door, and they're like, "You have to leave, man. You have to leave." And so then Care Bear starts going, throws everyone around, starts throwing a temper tantrum, and he says all his catchphrases that got him quote unquote over. He goes, "I'm not finished with you. You're gonna get these hands. Everyone's gonna get these hands." And then walks away.
Mm.
And Ross, what do we do after we see this horrible scene? A guy just beat up all your security guards. A man who was fired from your company beat up all these security guards, and he's walking away. What would you think the next scene we would show on this episode?
Like Kurt Angle calling the cops or something?
No, man, we got the tag team match between The Bar and fucking the Titus Worldwide.
Yep.
So, Ross, what are your thoughts about how Raw opened up? I mean, it was pretty exciting, but it's just like, well, why would you cut to such a weird theme? Like, what are your thoughts overall about just like how the show opened up?
I thought it was, I guess, like different from what we usually get. Better than like the typical promo where you set up a tag match or something. Like that just is old and repetitive. So I appreciate them doing something different, but I just didn't think it was that good. Like, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it could have been better.
Yeah. So and then we got a meaningless tag team match between The Bar and Titus Worldwide. Jason Angle came out to distract it, and then Titus Worldwide got their second straight shocking win in a row. Good for Titus Worldwide. But Dynasty 215 said the worst scene that possibly happened. He posted it. He's like, Balor isn't going to be allowed in the Rumble, but the Damon is. And because the curb stop caused a concussion to Finn Balor, like, you know, like in quotations, like not in real life, but in quotations. And I could see WWE doing that, being like, "Oh, Finn Balor, we don't know what his status is for the Royal Rumble, but we can tell you that maybe that Damon is." I swear to God, he comes out at number 30. That's worse than Roman Reigns last year coming out at number 30. That is worse than Reigns coming out. I'm being dead serious. If Finn Balor's dumbass comes out like beep 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 beep, like doing this stupid little thing. Yeah. So I feel like for the most part, most of this show makes no sense to me. Because here's the thing, Ross. Because after this tag match, we get more of Care Bear. Care Bear goes and destroys Kurt Angle's office. Then he goes and destroys catering. Then he goes and he's like gonna destroy the production trucks and everything like that. And it's like during all this rampage and destruction, the way that I'm explaining this to you, you guys are saying, "Oh, this must have happened throughout the night." No, this happened within the first hour of Raw. That Care Bear was doing all this damage and everything like that. So, what would you think that would make sense? To have matches in the middle? Yeah, that's what WWE decided to do. They had matches in the middle where Enzo Amore or Tony Gulak, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't even know who the fuck there was wrestling Cedric Alexander. Was it Tony Gulak? Or no, that's Drew Gulak. I just combined Tony Nese.
Yeah, Tony Nese.
I just fusioned two of the cruiserweights. It didn't matter because I don't care. But seriously, you have it where it's like we're having wrestling matches in the middle of all this, and the wrestlers are wrestling like they're okay with it? Okay, here's the thing. Russ, if you're a fucking wrestler, and there's this huge monster of a man going on a temper tantrum rage, throwing everything around, fucking flipping TV trucks. Like, he's throwing TV trucks around like this. Like I put up an image of him lifting this truck, and I don't even know if that truck's a real truck, but you have this motherfucker doing all this crazy ass shit of lifting trucks and shit. Would you be, as a professional wrestler, saying to yourself, oh, well, I'll go out there and wrestle right now?
Nope. I'd be worried about my stuff. Like, because Braun's just destroying everything. So I would fear for the stuff that I brought, especially if it was like really valuable to me. Like, who knows? Maybe he just throws it all over the place and breaks it.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
And also, too, they talked about how it's like an unsafe work environment. Oh, the wrestlers are all afraid, are all afraid of what this man is going to do backstage. It doesn't seem like it to me, because these motherfuckers are more worried about wrestling or more worried about their matches. Like the big dog, Roman Reigns, my yard. This is my yard, believe that. This motherfucker has fought Care Bear how many times? You can't tell me this guy can't just walk down, Superman punch this fucker while he's going on a rampage and be like, hey, stop ruining my yard, damn it, believe that. You telling me he can't do that? You telling me that the Shield or what, the Champions Club, whatever the fuck they are, who've had problems with Care Bear in the past, can't just go and beat the fuck out of this guy? You're telling me Kane is like, all of a sudden he's like okay with what happened last week? I've seen Kane shoot electric to Shane McMahon's nuts, okay? I've seen Kane go through a ring and almost kidnap Brie Bella and shit, okay? Mm-hmm. You're telling me that Kane all of a sudden just would take this line down, that Kane was like, oh, that's fine, I'm too hurt. No, he's the demon. He's the devil's favorite child. You're telling me Kane can't fight this fucker? No. So Care Bear's causing all this fucking mess, and then ultimately it leads to this. So he comes out back to the ring, which I would first start with. I would ruin the fucking ring before I would ruin like Kurt Angle's GM office. And then also, too, how idiotic is this guy? He's like, I'm looking for Kurt Angle. And it's like, okay, why don't you just watch the fucking TV show? Because then you would see where the fuck you know what I'm saying? It makes no fucking sense at all. And then also, where was Kurt Angle when he was not in his office? Like seriously, like, was he taking a shit? What was he doing?
Yeah, he's probably taking a big fat dump.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Like, seriously, what were you doing? Like, he's not like, I was in an important conference call. Like, at least give me a reason why he's in his office. Because damn it, all the other times when wrestlers go to Kurt's office and he's like just conveniently there, it's just like, why all of a sudden he wasn't there for this moment, okay?
like imagine a wrestler just going up to the office. Oh, he's not there. I'll come back later. Yeah. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I know, because like he's always in his office. So where was he? Like, I'm just saying, it's for a consistency standpoint. It's for a consistency standpoint where you're just watching the show. Every week you see him in his office. All of a sudden, Care Bear goes in because he wants to beat him up. And like, it's like, oh, Kurt Angle's not there. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, so anyways. So Care Bear comes out to the ring. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's going to the announce table. Booker T sacrifices Michael Cole and pushes him to the ground. And so then Care Bear grabs Michael Cole. And Michael's like, ah, ah. And then Kurt Angle's like, all right, Braun, stop, all right? Braun, I just want to say, oh, it's true, it's damn true. But before that, I just want to say, on behalf of Stephanie McMahon, I want to
No. He said Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, McMahon. On behalf of Stephanie McMahon, you are rehired with the WWE. And then it's like, what the? Okay, first of all, the last scene you were saying you called the cops. All of a sudden, like, I don't think you can just call the cops. And I know everyone's like, Chase is a TV show, it's a wrestling. No, even in TV shows where they call the cops, even though in the TV shows where they call the cops still fucking come. Okay?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, he goes like, the cops are no longer coming. And Steph McMahon said that you're rehired. So all this shit that we were, and mind you, people, this is the first hour of Raw. Yep. The first hour. In between all this, we had 3 useless matches. Well, 2 useless matches, I should say. The third one came after this. But in between all this, we just had Care Bear destroying everything. And so, for this guy who got fired because it's unsafe for him in the working environment to be there, he gets rehired for doing the same shit, if not worse. And everyone's gonna say, like, Chase, it's just... No, look, this is not even my Care Bear hate coming in. This is writing and stupidity hate coming in. Don't say, oh, in the Attitude... No, the way they presented shit in the Attitude Era was way different than they present shit now. Okay?
Yes.
Stop saying, oh, but if this happened... No! Because... Remember, back in the Ruthless Aggression era, I remember John Cena beat up JBL's limo. JBL had him arrested. JBL beat him up, and JBL almost near got arrested himself by the cops, okay? So don't come at me and try to say, oh, but in the Attitude Era, stop it.
Yo, they would arrest people all the time.
Yeah.
I remember that was, like, very common.
Yeah, dude, like, people don't understand, like, in the Attitude Era, they did a bunch of stuff, but, like, there was always some consequences to it. Like, you know, yeah, they did crazy shit a lot of the times, but, you know, a lot of the times, they showed it. Straight Shooter, the first hour was entertaining. It's just like, it was a waste of time because it was just like, there was no good payoff at it. I mean, the only payoff we got was this picture that I'm going to put up. Like, look at Michael Cole's face, like, ah! He's like, getting thrown into Care Bear and stuff. He's like, ah! He's like upset. He was so injured by this, like, we have to get Tom Phillips to do commentary. Like, oh, God.
Yeah, he was emotionally devastated. He just couldn't handle it.
Remember, didn't he press charge, like, storyline wise, when Lesnar attacked him after, like, that after WrestleMania 31? Didn't in storyline he pressed charges against Lesnar?
Yeah, I think that's how it went.
Yeah, there was something because Lesnar couldn't come or something like, and then
so they had to make up an excuse why Lesnar wasn't on TV.
Yeah, that was the reason why Lesnar couldn't go after Rollins right away because Michael Cole pressed charges or some shit like that.
And then he was suspended indefinitely or something.
Yeah, so that was the thing. And then Triple H is like, you want to become the game, you got to face Brock Lesnar. And then, like, Brock Lesnar came out or something. So there we go. So yeah, maybe Michael Cole can press charges on Care Bear and I won't have to see this fucker ever again. But yeah, Ross, like, I just want to know, before I continue ranting and raving about this because it was so stupid, what did you think about it overall? Like, did you feel like they should have kept Care Bear fired for this whole episode or have Care Bear get rehired? Like, what do you think they should have done with this idiot at the end of this show? Like, should they have really done at the end? Or should they... And is it kind of weird that they gave out the result of this angle that they seemed like they were building the whole show around at the end of the first hour?
Yeah, I totally didn't agree with them just blowing it off after 1 hour. Build a whole show around it. Give people a reason to watch the whole damn show. Like, that's what they used to do. They used to have a storyline go through the whole show, but I guess 3 hours is too damn long, so they gotta resolve this shit early, otherwise people are gonna tune out early or something. I don't know. But, like, with firing angles, like, they really shouldn't, like, you know, they really should go longer than, like, one episode because they're fired. They technically, they should be kicked out. They should be kicked out of the arena. And then maybe by next week you come up with something logical to where they get rehired. Not like, oh, I'm going to trash everything like a little 5-year-old and, you know, like throw a hissy fit. Like, just because I didn't get what the heck I wanted, and then I'll get rehired. Like, no, that's stupid. That's lazy. I just so illogical that they would rehire him. And, like, logically speaking, wouldn't you think that if Strowman just destroyed everything, that they would hire a lawyer or something and press charges on him for, like, vandalizing, like, everything? Like,
yeah,
like, come on.
I wonder if I could go to any of my old employers, do what the fuck Strowman did. Will I get my job back? If I go to my old employers, break their shit, and be like, I want my job back, or something, like, fire me, you can get these hands. Like, will they hire me back too? Because that's what you're trying to send them. And everyone's gonna go and try to say, oh no, well, Steve Austin. No, there's a difference. Steve Austin was against the machine, Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon and Steve Austin had a feud that they were building. They were trying to tell a story of the boss trying to hold down the common man, okay? Steve Austin was what you wanted to be type of deal. There was a story. There was history behind it. There is no history behind Kurt Angle and Care Bear. They literally just made Care Bear throw a temper tantrum. And honestly, this just looks so bad. And it's like, even for Care Bear, it's like, You want this guy to get over, and yet you're just making him like into a big baby. Maybe that's why the IWC likes him, Ross. They're such big babies. They're like, oh, I hate it. They like him because they throw temper tantrums just like him.
But also with Vince and Austin, there would be plenty of times where Vince would bring out security or he'd have Austin arrested.
Yeah,
plenty of times.
Yeah, there wasn't like Vince was always letting Austin do whatever the fuck he wanted, right? But yeah, so now Care Bear, like this whole issue's resolved. You're thinking, oh, okay, there has to be more later tonight, right? Nope. If you're expecting more with Care Bear and Kurt Angle and everything else, nope. That was it. That was all your hype for the Universal title. Nothing with Kane at all. Brock Lesnar, no update on his health or situation or anything like that. Like, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So then we just move on to Nia Jax and Asuka. Like, we're supposed to care. Like, why is this match happening now out of all times on Raw? Like, you can't just set it up where maybe they, like, Alexa Bliss jumps Asuka from behind and then they start, like, attacking her and stuff and then ring the bell or something like that. No. It's just like, no, we're actually going to have a match and Asuka is going to win. You're wasting them good match between Nia Jax and Asuka that could really do good business for you down the line. You're wasting it. And they just decided to do it now. Ross, what are your thoughts on this? Like, I just don't understand. Like, I'm fine with Asuka winning, but it's just like, I'm just so annoyed with why they did it now, and why did we have to sit through this? Yeah,
I think they just like to do these matches just to kill time, so they don't have to write as much shit.
Yeah.
It's just pure laziness. So they'll have a match go like 15, 20 minutes just because. I mean, the match was fine. Like, don't get me wrong. I thought that it was fine. And the fact that Nia Jax wasn't pinned or she didn't tap, she just couldn't continue because, she was too hurt. But that's fine. It salvages Nia a little bit, even though I think they've damaged her a lot with being with Enzo. And then she had the pink dreadlocks. Like, no, like... She should be like.
I liked it. I like the Enzo stuff. The Enzo stuff's interesting, but I feel like they're taking too long on it. Like
yeah.
I feel like there's like, I don't know. Like I feel like they both of them are trying their best to have fun with it, but at the same time, I don't know what the hell they're trying to go with it at the end. I don't know what's the end goal of it all. I don't get where it's like, oh, this is what we want out of Nia and Enzo. Like, what are we getting out of this?
I have no idea.
That's what I don't get either. That's why. I mean, it could be the segments are funny. Like Enzo's doing a good job and everything like that. The Revival took on some random jobbers. Then afterwards, the Revival cut an indie promo saying that we're pro wrestlers. All right, WWE don't want us to be pro wrestlers, but we are, and we're legends, and we're gonna beat up old school people, aka. Hey, we need fodder for next week, so Revival, you're going to do the job to the Legends next week because we need someone for these old retired Legends to beat up. Why worry about our future at all? Because fuck our future. It's all about the nostalgia. Goldberg, Hall of Fame, bitches. So yeah, that was pretty much what I got from this promo was that the Revival, they're pretty much going to be the people that get beat up by the Hall of Famers next week, which is fine. That's always a good spot. It's always fun to get beat up by those old people. I don't know. Maybe Bradshaw's like a stiff fucker and he's like, ha ha, I'm going to clothesline you. You know what's funny too? What's it called? Jericho's going to be at Raw 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Jericho going to be on Raw 25. I was
surprised to see his name there.
Yeah, he was just doing the Alpha versus the Omega. Now all of a sudden, he's like, he's doing some shit for Raw. So that should be interesting. To see. I think Raw 25, that show sucks. You should just give up on WWE.
Yeah, just give up. It's really, really hard to mess up a nostalgia show.
Oh, yeah, like Raw 1000, like, I still love that show. And it's like, it wasn't a great show, but it was a nostalgia show. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's a nostalgia show, you can't mess those up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. One of the jobber tag team people were married to Bayley. Oh, I feel bad for them, man. Oh. Like, can you imagine Bayley like, oh, honey, I got you a job for WWE? He's like, great. Like, yeah, you're going to job to the Revival. They're like, what the fuck is this shit? Oh, God. So, anyways, Walk with Elias. We want Elias. Elias Sampson gives us a concert for us to hear. And since Samoa Joe may be out for the Rumble, we have Elias Sampson now saying, I want to face everyone at the Rumble, and especially John Cena, because here's the thing, everyone else fuck this Rumble. It's all about one man, and that's free agent John Cena. Everyone wants to eliminate him. I know my Elias sounded like Bray Wyatt, but fuck it. That was literally like what this song was like, fuck everyone else, it's free agent John Cena. He got some good heat making fun of those San Antonio Spurs. By the way, Timberwolves third seed in the West right now. Fuck yeah.
Third.
Since the Spurs lost, we hold the tiebreaker over them, and we're the third seed. And we've been blowing out.
What's their record right now, though?
We're 26-19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good this year, Ross. This is a beautiful year.
Oh, man. Playoff run.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm all excited. But yeah, so, Elias now is looking to replace the Samoa Joe shtick, whatever. He introduces The Miz. The Miz says that Raw missed him the most. And this led to a bunch of people on Twitter acting like they were Miz fans because isn't Miz like one of the... I love Miz, like I've always been a Miz fan. But isn't it weird, Ross, how Miz gets these random fans at least once every blue moon in the year? Like there's always some point in the calendar year, wrestling fans, they all circle and they unite. We're all Miz fans. Yeah, I've always liked the Miz. I've never hated it. It's so weird. Like it's just they circle their calendars for a certain month in the year. Every year. They circle it up and they unify and they act like they've been legit Miz fans and talk about how he should win the world title one more time. And like, do you notice this, Ross, or is that just me?
Yeah, I notice it.
What are your thoughts on the Miz? I think you like him, right? But I don't know if you're a fan.
I like him. I've kind of gone back and forth with Miz over the years, but since like he cut that promo on Talking Smack like a year and a half ago. I've been a fan of him. He's revitalized his character a lot, and in the ring, I think he's still not like the greatest in-ring performer, but he knows how to get everyone to hate him, and he does a good job with that, and he does a good job at with the in-ring psychology. Like, so, he's not like flashy in the ring. He's not like a Seth Rollins or a Neville or something like that. He's not
on the Neville level.
But he gets the job done. So I'd say this is probably the prime of his career right now. Yeah, dude. Like just
he went back to the 2011 Circa Miz WWE champion Circa Miz haircut. No longer Pidgeotto. He's no longer with that Pidgeotto.
Yeah, he is Pidgeotto.
I hate that. Literally, anytime I see a guy with the Pidgeotto, man, like I remember one time I was getting a haircut and I told the stylist, "Oh, do whatever you want," and my hair almost looked like the Pidgeotto. And so I told her, I was like, hey, do you mind if you kind of like shave it down a little bit? She's like, oh, most guys like this. I'm like, yeah, I'm not a big fan. She's like, oh, okay. And then she made it into a faux hawk, which was still kind of douchey, but not because like you guys should know, my haircuts are nothing fucking unique. Okay, they're just simple. Like, hey, I just want a 2-on-1. Sometimes I just shave it off. Sometimes I go a 4-on-2. Like, I don't do anything unique. I just keep it simple, fucking So it's just like for me, it's like faux hawk is kind of like a little bit douchey and everything like that. But yeah, man, I was like, Pidgeotto! Like, oh, thank God, man. That Pidgeotto haircut used to annoy me too, because sometimes I would get in his eyes during the match. And long hairs don't mind me in matches like Romans or like Edges or like that's fine because like it's even, but it looks so weird that his hair was in the fucking way. Like I don't know, he looked like an exotic bird, dude.
Yeah, he did.
Blue Knight's like, Neville, who's that? I don't know who's that. Who's Neville, Ross?
I don't know.
I think there's some guy. He was running around. He's like, I'm the king of the cruiserweights. Boom, Barrett Barrage. I don't know why he said Barrett Barrage, but he said, yeah.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Yeah, I got some bad news for you. I swear, I was watching old Rumble, so get hyped for the Rumble. This is a sidebar for all you people, sidebar conversation. And like Barrett came out, and he had like a different theme song from like the last Rumble I watched, and I just like paused the video and I searched up how many theme songs Wade Barrett had. Do you want to guess how many theme songs?
Okay, let me think about this for a sec. Okay,
Wade Barrett has had, and you guys can participate in the comment section down below, or in the chat as well. Let me know how many theme songs do you think Wade Barrett has had throughout his career. Bad News Barrett's.
Okay, so he had the Nexus.
Yep.
He had the Core.
Yep.
After the Core, he had like a few different variations of the Core theme, I think. So I don't know how many of that, but and then I know he in like the 2012 Rumble, he debuted a new theme. I remember it was a Rumble. I think it was 2012. And then he had the Knuckle Fighter, or the brawler gimmick, and so he had another theme with that. Oh my god! So, this is including variations of the theme, right?
For the most part, yeah. He's had 8 total.
Okay, I would have said like around that. I don't know exactly what number.
He's had 8 total. The first one is we are one, we are one, we are one, yep. We will stand together. The second one was the Core one. The third one was the Winds of Change. What was that? Okay. That was also the Core one too, right? Or it was like a different variation of the Core one.
Then I think it was a different variation.
And then the fourth one was all about me or some shit like that. It sounded just like the Winds of Change.
It sounds like Emma. It's all about me.
Yeah, it was like something like that. Then the fifth one was God Save the Queen. And then that was like the Bad News Barrett theme, but it didn't have the boom in it and stuff like that. And then he had the Bare Knuckle Fighter one. Then he had the Bad News Barrett theme without the boom, and then he had the Bad News Barrett theme with the boom, 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 boom. So Wade Barrett with 8 theme songs. Yeah, the guy changes theme songs way too much, man. Ridiculous. All right, so anyways, back to Raw because, who's Neville? So anyways, who's Neville? Let's go on and talk about, oh God, it's sad. This show just happened an hour ago and I forgot what we were talking about. Oh yeah, Roman was taking on the Miz Taraj, and a typical top guy takes on heels minions match. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Roman wins. What is there more to say about this match? There was some over dramatic stuff. We were all thinking Roman would lose, but nah. I'm the big dog. I'm the man. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy. Believe that. So, yeah, Roman wins, setting up the match between him and Miz next week at the 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw. Kurt Angle's okay with everything that happened, even though he should be traumatized for what Care Bear did to him earlier tonight. His son, Jason Jordan, comes and goes, "Hey, Dad, I got a good idea for the main event. Do you want to hear it?" And then Kurt's like, What, son? Oh, it's true. It's damn true. And then he's like, "How about you do Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins?" "Oh, I like that match. Oh, it's true. It's damn true." "Dad, you don't need to say that every other sentence." "Go to your room, son." "All right, Dad." And then that's literally what happened, at least in my mind.
Yeah.
At least if I was writing it, that's what I would have done. So, that's our main event tonight. After you saw Care Bear flip a truck, destroy everything, and everything like that, we have our main event of Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. Oh, fuck.
Finn Balor and Seth Rollins 5-star match.
Oh, easy. But before we got to that, we had Sonya Deville taking on Sasha Banks. And this was huge because everyone wanted to know, what's the status of Paige? Because, Ross, what did you hear about what happened to Paige?
That her injury was more severe than they thought, and that she will be retiring from in-ring competition.
So, that's what a lot of people were saying. That's the rumor going around. Why didn't I make a video on it? Honestly, I don't care about enough to make a video about it. Because I don't have the right information to make a video. Look, if I wanted the views, I would make a video to make the views. But I don't do that. I do it for fun. So, for me, it's not fun coming on here being like, "Oh, it sucks. Paige is injured. Oh, that sucks." Yeah, Mandy Rose for the win. # Mandy Wrestling. But yeah, so I didn't make a video on it. I don't know if she is retired. That sucks. But hey, I think she's gonna have a good career moving forward. So that's all I really gotta say about it. Like I think she's gonna do fine. Yeah, Blue Knight, poor Sasha Banks. What do you think about the Sasha Banks hate right now, Ross? That Miss Banks is getting. What do you think about this Sasha Banks hate that she's getting from the internet fans and everything? A lot of people blaming her for the injury. What are your thoughts on it as a whole?
I don't think Sasha should be blamed whatsoever. To me, it didn't seem like what she did was intentional. There are certain, like with Sexy Star and
Rosemary.
whoever, Rosemary. Okay, that I completely understand. Like that was intentional, but something just simple. No, like that doesn't deserve all the hate that she's getting. I understand, that she could be reckless sometimes. I remember in the matches with Charlotte. She seemed a little careless sometimes, but it didn't seem intentional. It just seemed like she was just kind of being like, trying to overdo it. You know what I mean?
100%.
So that's completely different from intentionally trying to injure somebody. There's just a complete difference from that. And I think fans need to separate that. It's professional wrestling. Like sometimes injuries happen.
It's kind of like the hate that who's the Saints safety right now, Malcolm Mitchell. That dude's getting for missing that tackle on Diggs. It's like,
yeah,
look, look. He made a rookie mistake. He's a rookie for a reason. Now Sasha's not a rookie. She's a long-time vet in the ring. But here's the thing, I want to just say, and look, I am a Sasha Banks fan, but not like the hugest Sasha Banks fan. But all the hate she's getting is absolutely freaking ridiculous. It's like what Rey Mysterio said, and do not try this at home. Injuries can happen at any time, all right? These injuries can happen at any freaking time. And the thing is that I think people do not understand is that Paige has a neck injury. This is not some easy injury for them to freaking, overcome. This is not some freaking thing that's gonna just go away. This can come back at any flipping time. A neck injury comes back at any time. So for all these people that want to be WebMD experts, just know this injury could have come at any time. She could have been wrestling Becky Lynch or Bayley. What if Bayley hit a Bayley to Bayley and then Paige was paralyzed? Would Bayley get blamed for a move that Bayley has done throughout her whole professional career? Would we be asking, ban the Bayley to Bayley? Would we be asking that? No. That's the thing. And a lot of people are just so dumb when it comes down to it. And yes, Sasha has a track record of accidentally hurting girls because of her reckless wrestling. But at the same time, you got to understand, WWE was doing everything in their power to protect Paige. And everyone's going to be like, how, Chase? They make her wrestle at house shows? First of all, I think a lot of people don't understand this. And it's so funny to me. Now all of a sudden, people are like, WWE needs to limit their house shows. All right, why don't you tell the wrestlers that? Because I think the wrestlers would be so appreciative when you tell them that, hey, their paychecks are going to get cut in half. Y'all think these guys just go on TV and that's how they make their money, is just what they do on TV? No! The wrestlers really make their money on the live event scene. That's how they really make their money, by wrestling at the live events. That's why they always say, our road schedule's hard. You're like, yeah, but trust me, a lot more wrestlers would be going to WWE if all they had to do was make millions of dollars just being on TV every week. Do you think the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Cody and shit would be dicking around in the independents? No! If they knew they could make less money doing one job a night, they would do that. And why do you think UFC fighters don't transition to WWE when they get the opportunity to? Because it's easier to freaking do an MMA fight where you make more money than you probably do as a professional wrestler working a whole month's worth. So, you people are sitting here and you're saying to yourself, they need to limit their house shows. No, here's the thing. And I know a lot of people are going to bring up, you ranted about Seth Rollins getting hurt at a house show. No, I thought it was stupid WWE was doing street fights at house shows. Yeah. That was stupid. With your world champion, he does not need to be doing a fucking street fight. That's what I ranted about years ago, okay? That's what I said years ago. I never said they needed to limit their house shows. I just said your champion should not be in a street fight at house shows. No one should be
No,
in street fights.
I think like a cage match is fine. Like
Yeah.
you just gotta climb and shit. Like it's not that dangerous.
Yeah, but street fights where you're trying to do a fucking senton slip onto Kane's 300-pound ass through a table.
Yeah, that's unnecessary.
Yeah, and the thing is with Paige. WWE was protecting her. They knew that she had a serious, like, everyone's like, and that's another thing too. All these people like listen to Lillian Garcia's Bring It to the Show or whatever podcast interview where Paige said that the doctor didn't clear her. First of all, we don't know when Lillian Garcia recorded that episode with Paige. For all we know, they probably recorded that months ago or something like that before Paige was immediately.
Yeah, I know. Like Jericho, sometimes he'll have like podcasts like from a month or two ago, and then he won't upload it for a while.
Yeah, like he'll record like a Roman Reigns in 1 month, and they'll be talking about shit that happened like 2 years ago, a month ago, and you're like, what the fuck are they talking about? That's old news. That's what I'm saying. So listen, I didn't listen to the full interview, and mainly because I don't like really Lillian Garcia as a host on a podcast. That's just me personally. Nothing against her, but that's just me personally. I didn't listen to the whole interview, but a lot of people bringing that interview up. You don't know when that was filmed, and then not only that, saying that WWE doesn't care about her or trying to sabotage her. Look, maybe from a character perspective, you can make that argument. But from a performer's perspective, no. She has been wrestling in fucking tag matches. Tag matches. That's when you know they're trying to protect someone. Either A, because that person sucks in the ring. See Roman Reigns' early Shield days. You know, they want to make sure, see Big Cass, early Enzo and Cass days, or even Enzo too, who knows. But you get the idea. They're trying to protect someone because they're A, suck in the ring or not yet developed in the ring. B, they're injured and they can't do everything 100%. Or C, they just don't fucking like the guy, so they say, fuck you. Okay? That C part is true. There's always an option C, right, Austin Aries? But yeah, when it comes down to it, they were trying to protect Paige. That's what I think so many wrestling fans don't understand or look at and stuff like that. They just love. And the thing is too, why are you trying to defend Paige so much? Like, I don't know why Paige gets so much defense. It's not like Paige is going to look at your Twitter and say, you know what? I will fuck you for liking what you guys are saying for me. No. Listen, she wrestled with this injury. She knew the cost what were going to happen. This is the result that happened. And you know what? Don't blame Sasha Banks. She was just doing her job. It wasn't like Sasha Banks. If this comes down years down the line, Sasha Banks goes on a podcast like Talk is Jericho, or maybe Batista has a podcast saying fuck everyone. And then Batista's like, so did you injure Paige on purpose? And Sasha's like, oh yeah, fuck that bitch. Then yeah, then you can hate her. You know what I'm saying? But for what we know right now, it was just a house show match. Sasha got reckless. And as well, they're protecting Paige inside that. I mean, hell, if they didn't care about Paige, they would have been like, all right, Paige, just go in the Rumble. You don't have to take any bumps. You can just go over ropes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, it's so stupid, man. Like, I just hate these. I know this is longer and stuff like that, but I didn't really get to talk about it. But I'm just like pissed off at all these fans, man, that just make no sense, man. And
yeah.
It's so funny too. The same people that I see hate. The same people that I see all of a sudden on Team Paige were the same fuckers, you know. And here's the thing. You notice how I'm not on Team Paige or anything like that? I'm neutral, just like I've been neutral with every stupid thing that this girl has done on this shit. Look, I've documented so much Paige stuff on this channel, okay? I did a video about Paige and the sex tape. I did a video about Paige and the domestic violence scene that happened with her and Del Rio at the airport. I did videos on both of those situations, okay? I did videos of both those situations, and I wasn't on Team Paige. I talked about how the porn thing, it was fine. She's a young girl. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. Why is people making this like this is a big deal? The same people who are making jokes about it and stuff, all of a sudden are like, oh, I love you, Paige. You're my queen. It's like, shut up. So fake, man. Y'all, like, sometimes some people, man, it's like, y'all so fake with that shit, man. Like, don't act like you were all of a sudden, like, you were making fun of her fucking, like, not knowing what to do with the butt plug or something. Whatever the fuck she was doing that one video. That one video, she's like, oh, yeah, it's going in my ass. It's like, what?
Yeah. I remember that video, yep.
And everyone's like, oh, that's so wrong of you saying you watch. Yeah, I was going to watch it. I'm a guy. What do you want me to do? Like, not watch it? I'm curious. I'm sorry. I'm not afraid to admit that's fucking porn, dude. MLK. Like WWE cares about their black wrestlers, so why? Like Martin Luther King's a wonderful human being, a great inspiration to all on this earth. But it just makes me sick when WWE tries to act like they care about Martin Luther King Day and his birthday, because they really don't. They really don't fucking care and everything like that. Matt Hardy deleted Heath Slater, and thank God no sign of Bray Wyatt anywhere. Oh, thank fucking God. I was I was like watching this Matt Hardy match, and I don't care what y'all think about Broken and Woken. Your opinion to not like it, that's fine. Don't try to change my opinion. I'm just going to stick by what I'm saying. Those who don't like it now, just know in TNA it was a lot worse. He was dressing up as Will-O-the-Wisp, and he was hiring Brodus Clay, aka Tyrus, to beat up Brother Nero. So don't act like this is the worst thing you've ever seen. Trust me, TNA was a lot worse. By the time they get to their first ever goofy final deletion, y'all will be back on the bandwagon. And I do not want to see it on the bandwagon. Isaac Barak, I only do the Bray impression if Bray's on the show. Or unless I haven't done a stream in a while, and then I want to break it out, then I do it. So sorry, Isaac Barak. You can't do every impression. You gotta save the impressions, Isaac Barak. You gotta save them. You can't just blow your load on it on every episode. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Plus, I got Kurt Angle to do. Hey, I got Kurt Angle tonight, so it's okay. Yeah, they went over after being distracted, after the whites were distracted by another black man. It's the best. So I don't know. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? So anyways, guys, we had Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins in a 5-star classic. Ross, how amazing was this main event? 5 stars? 6?
Oh, maybe 7? It was so amazing. It was amazing. Yeah.
An actual alright main event between these
two. I mean, it was good, yeah.
Yeah, a good main event between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Jobber Jacket is not in effect because WWE made the right decision. They had Seth Rollins, when I swear to God, when all that chaos was going, I don't know why the bar came out and then the Jobber Club was all like, oh, we got to beat up the bar now and everything. I didn't understand that. That made no sense. But then like Finn Balor hit his stupid Yahoo kick, and then he was about to go for the coup de crap, and I was like, oh no. And then Seth Rollins moved out of the way. Jason Angle was like, here, Seth, I'll grab his legs. Finn Balor fell down. And then Seth Rollins, instead of doing the rip-off Kenny Omega knee, he does what, Ross?
He does the curb stomp.
The what?
The curb stomp.
Wait. The curb stomp? He did the curb stomp?
I wasn't even, like, paying attention. Like, curb stomp? What?
I'm not going to lie. Minus seeing Goldberg for 2 seconds tonight in that little video package, I kind of worked out. I was like, whoa! I was like, whoa! Like I did a Jerry the King Lawler, like a king scream. I was good. The curb stomp's his finisher. I'm being real, man. But Seth Rollins and the curb stomp, they just go hand in hand. The pedigree, the Kenny Omega rip-off knee, no, those aren't his finishers, man. The curb stomp. And then afterwards, Seth Rollins wins. And then we get this weird homoerotic ending where Finn Balor's like,
yeah, they're just like lingering on that shot of him like so tired, like with his buddies.
Yeah, I was expecting the club to beat him up, and I was gonna cheer and be like, they're not jobbers anymore. But no, they were just like, don't worry, brother, you'll get him next time, bro. Too sweet me, bro.
Yeah. I thought they were gonna do like an angle where like Finn Balor like faints and like, oh no, Finn Balor fainted. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, like when Shawn Michaels fainted.
I was expecting something weird, but no, it was just them like standing there very homoerotic. It was like so weird, and it was showing like Finn panting and sweating, and it was like, oh my god, I was like, what the fuck is this? Vince like, yeah, this is what I like, yo. I like seeing Finn Balor struggle. Damn it. I swear, is that what he was doing? He was like wanking to this backstage or something. He's like, oh yeah, keep it on this shot. Kevin Dunn, you got it a shot. Yes, Vince. I have it on the shot. He's sweating all over the place. Was that like what the fuck was going on? Shout out to the Schleg Daddy for the Kevin Dunn impersonation. I don't know what he sounds like, but Schleg Daddy always does that. So
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard Kevin Dunn's voice. If I have, it's been.
I would give impersonations credit where credit's due and stuff like that. Yeah, Curb Stomp is back, Isaac Brock. He actually did it on Finn Balor and stuff like that. Well, it was crazy. Like, that was like literally minus like the whole Care Bear thing. I think that was the only thing on Raw that Twitter was freaking out about. Like, nothing else on Raw was making anyone care.
It was, and then the Braun thing, people were freaking out about the Braun thing.
Yeah, I said Care Bear stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Care Bear. Yeah, Braun,
Care Bear. Care Bear. Yeah, Care Bear.
Care Bear, asshole. Who cares a fuck with that guy?
Yeah, okay. Whatever you want to call him.
Yeah. But, anyways, yeah. Raw. This was just a bad episode. I know everyone's going to be like, oh, it sounds like you guys like... No, we didn't like this episode. This episode was bad, man. Like, I'm sorry, man. You had the first hour where it was like good adrenaline. Even though the storyline made no sense and you could poke holes in it, it was at least good adrenaline. There was at least something fucking there. But then it just ends, and then there's no consequences whatsoever. It was just pretty much just like, hey guys, in life, just throw a temper tantrum. Shit doesn't happen your way. Just throw a hissy fit, get pissed off, tell people they're gonna get these hands. That's literally what what Raw was trying to tell us tonight. And then afterwards, minus maybe the main event, nothing else really fucking mattered. It was like Ross, I feel like the Royal Rumble's not happening. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, I feel like Raw 25 is the pay-per-view.
Yeah! I don't feel like the Royal Rumble is my pay-per-view. Like, I feel like Raw 25 is the pay-per-view next week. Royal Rumble is like some extra fucking show like Roadblock or something. That's how WWE's treating it.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't get a commercial every 5 minutes of like, the Women's Royal Rumble with Stephanie taking up all the glory and shit, I wouldn't know the Royal Rumble was important. Like, I'm just saying, if I was a wrestling fan, if I wasn't a wrestling fan, or I'm just someone, you know, trying to get into wrestling, because guys, if you want someone to get into wrestling, this is the best time to do it, because it's the road to WrestleMania. WrestleMania is where most fans are created, man. That's where most fans are created, is from WrestleMania. This is what helps create wrestling fans and bring back fans, all right? Like, trust me, man. Like, I was at a point where I didn't care about wrestling, like, from, like, 03 and stuff like that. But then my boy, who he shall not be named, eliminated the Big Show at Royal Rumble 04, and then went on to tap out my favorite of all time, Triple H, at WrestleMania 20, all right? That got me back into wrestling, all right? And the thing is, this could help someone. But if I'm just someone trying to get into this product, I would think Raw 25 is this huge event that I cannot miss, that's going to be the greatest shit of all time, and that this Royal Rumble is some extra dressing. Like this show is like a skippable show. Like, I feel like Rumble, it's a skippable show. They literally, this year in the Rumble, minus free agent John Cena, they haven't done with anyone. They haven't showcased or highlight anyone as favorites to win, because every wrestler, their main goal is to eliminate John Cena for whatever dumb dick reason. That's their main goal, is to eliminate John Cena. Minus on SmackDown is Shinsuke and Orton every other week going, I win Rumble. Oh, Shinsuke, I think I'm going to win the Rumble. I win Rumble. That's literally what Shinsuke and Orton have been doing, just like dick measuring contests of who's going to win the Rumble. And everything.
Yeah, like SmackDown seems to care more about the Rumble than Raw does. SmackDown is, they're actually building some of their matches. You know, like AJ and Owens and Zayn get some time every week, and even the tag feud has gotten some time for to build up.
Yeah,
like
the Raw tag team feud. The Raw tag team feud. I feel like, are they going to make it a fatal 4-way or some shit?
I don't even know.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And then but the one match that I feel like has been like criminally just like not really built well, and I'll get more detail when we do our Royal Rumble preview next week. But it's like the Women's Royal Rumble. It's literally like, hey guys, it's like, this is literally like how the Women's Royal Rumble's built. 2 random women are having matches, and it's like, don't forget the historic event, the Women's Royal Rumble. Oh, shucky ducky quack quack, I can't wait to see what old and new women are gonna be in the match. So literally every fucking like commentary about the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yep, and then in those commercials, let's make history again.
No, that's more Stephanie saying, let's make history for Monday Night Raw. It's literally fuck Stephanie, dude. What if the Women Royal Rumble main events? Ross, what if the Women Royal Rumble main events?
That'd be funny.
We're not laughing because we're feminist or sexist or whatever.
No, I don't mind the female.
It's just that I wouldn't main event that.
Yeah, you don't main event that.
I mean, you can open the show with it, sure, or make it the second match on the card.
I think they might open up the show with it.
I think second match. I think you do the first match, the 2 out of 3 falls match with we are versus Day One-ish. You do that one, and then you do this. Then you do the Women's Royal Rumble second. Just so that way the Usos get a good enough time. You know, with we are.
Okay, so it looks like we have 8 matches on the card.
Yeah,
that's probably it. We're gonna have a. There's gonna be a pre-show match. What, the Cruiserweight's gonna be on the pre-show? Right.
Cruiserweight's definitely on the pre-show. Yes.
Yeah, there's no way they're doing 8 matches on the 4-hour show.
Okay,
and the Rumble
is it 4 hours? Because that's the main question. Because Rumble has not gotten that 4-hour treatment.
Yep, it's gonna be 7. I'm pretty sure that's what they've said. That it starts at 7.
Okay, so 4 hours for the Rumble. That's good. At least because I didn't know, because I know Rumble hasn't been like one of the big 4s that have gotten that 4-hour treatment. So it's good to know that they are getting this 4-hour treatment. So maybe the Women's Rumble could open the show, actually, thinking about it a little bit more. But then again, I don't know. Yeah, who knows? But anyways, guys, overall, though, we will do a Q&A. I just want to wrap up the Raw review portion of this live stream. We'll still be doing a Q&A. We have plenty of time. But anyways, guys, Raw was a terrible show. So far, not kicking off the new year. I hope they do not fuck up this, whatever, the Raw 25 next week, because they shouldn't fuck up this show. If they fuck up this show, then this company is really stupid.
Yeah. All the anniversary shows have been good.
Yeah.
What anniversaries have they had? They had, I know, the 10th anniversary. That was a good one. The 15th anniversary, 20th anniversary. They had a 20th anniversary, right?
I don't think I think they just had a regular.
They just did Raw 1000. They just did Raw 1000, I think.
Yeah, they just did Raw 1000 for the 20th anniversary.
And then like all of them have been good Raws. So like it's not hard to do that. Like just plan out some cool segments. Reminisce on the good times. Include some current day stuff. That's why you got the Intercontinental Championship match. Like. It's not hard. Like, it should be a good show.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fine show. So, yeah, but this show was a wash. And honestly, and the reason why it was a wash, it didn't build up anything for the Rumble. I don't know what to look forward to for the Rumble. It's just like I'm more excited for Raw 25 than I am the Royal Rumble. So, yeah, Raw, bad episode. Now, if you guys have any questions, wrestling or non-wrestling related, y'all can leave them in the chat and everything like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say here. Just remember, guys, tomorrow I'll be uploading another Who Should Win the Royal Rumble video. I like doing those videos. I didn't upload anything Sunday because I was at this anime convention. I was supposed to go to a dog show, but then that shit was taking on forever. So my mom and I were like, let's go check out across the street. So we went to this Asian anime convention. The tickets were like $11, man. It was so fucking tight too, man. It was like so much fun. There was this one guy like riding like Goku and stuff like that. So yeah. Thoughts on Rumble possibly returning to the UFC as a heavyweight? Ross, you watch UFC at all or no? Well, you're not like fully into it.
I don't watch it like every show. I'll if I hear something, on Twitter. But usually it's like it has to be like a big fight, like Holman Cyborg. I checked out because I was interested in that.
You should definitely watch this Saturday's main event between Nagano and Stipe. That's gonna be fucking sick.
Nagano?
Francis Nagano. He just knocked out Alistair Overeem. It's like that knockout they keep.
Okay, showing. Yeah, I don't think I know that name. But I know Stipe.
Yeah, that's gonna be like a. And then DC, the #1 Bullet Club hater, is fighting against Vladimir Ozdemir and stuff like that.
Okay.
But Rumble returning to the UFC. I'm down as that, man. He's an exciting fighter as a heavyweight. That's his natural weight class anyways. I think he'll do well at the heavyweight division. And there's not a lot of guys that like to wrestle in the heavyweight division, so that's good for Rumble. Rumble can go out there because I feel like with Rumble he always overthought what he would do to DC and everything like that. But with Rumble, you know, he just has to worry about Kane. Kane's the only really guy that likes to like dry hump you in that division, and yeah. So I think you should do well in the heavyweight division. I'm fine. I like Rumble. I've always been a huge Rumble fan, so I'm fine with him. He's just crazy, man. That dude used to be a welterweight. Anthony Rumble Johnson used to be a fucking welterweight dude, and now he's a guy. You know, like, it was crazy he was going for the light heavyweight title when he used to be a welterweight. It's just like, you can't believe that. Who do you want to see when the LOL Ronda Rousey wins Royal Rumble? The women's Royal Rumble? Ross, who do you want to see when the LOL Rousey wins Rumble, even though it's the women's Rumble? You but Rousey might win.
Yeah, I got a feeling Rousey's gonna win. Asuka, I wouldn't mind her winning. Logically, she probably should win.
Yeah. 100%.
Other than that, I can't really think of who else deserves it right now. Sasha doesn't. I mean, from a character perspective, like I don't. And then Bailey, they're not building her up with shit.
But this guy asked me who would I like to see, Fearless Nikki or #1 cute Asian Kairi Sane, because she's so cute. And just imagine her pirate entrance at WrestleMania. It'd be like the cutest scene on the planet. Like the whole world would just stop. Like everyone, all these liberals hating Trump would stop. Everyone would just stop, and they would just watch Kairi Sane come out on a pirate ship and just say, "So cute," and then the whole world would just stop and be happy for once in their lives. I don't know. That's what I envision, but who knows? Maybe I'm too much of a realist. But yeah, so I want either Nikki Bella or Kairi Sane to win.
Yeah, Asuka or like shit.
Trish Stratus. Is that the rock and roll?
Trish? Man,
Santina.
Or have Liv Morgan win it. Sure. Have her win it.
Liv Morgan, okay. So
yeah, she to me she looks like Robbie Margot.
Alright.
You know,
yeah, Margaret
Suicide
Robbie.
Squad,
Yeah,
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Margaret Robbie.
Yeah, she looks so much like her.
I'm down with that. Sonya Deville is gonna win it, guys. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sonya Deville. She's.
Who besides Batista would you like to see appear as a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble? Batista's definitely #1. Surprise entrant. It had to be someone really good.
Yeah, let me think about this one.
You know, I would like to see Rey Mysterio get his redemption and have Rey Mysterio come out and then he gets cheered instead of booed. Just because his name's hot right now, and I think it'd be a good oh shit moment. Seeing Kenny Omega come into the Royal Rumble would be kind of cool. Just so that way to see if fans think he's signed with WWE.
I'd like to see Christian come back. Like, I know he's he's got a concussion problem, but it's just a Rumble match.
Yeah,
like,
just have him come out for a quick little thing. Yeah, that'd be cool, Christian. Maybe Sandman, just for shits and giggles. You know, like I know everyone's gonna be Sandman.
In Philly, had one ECW.
Yeah, you have to have one.
Wasn't Bully Ray or whatever when he came back? It was in Philly.
Yeah, Bubba Ray came back in Philly, and I'm just saying, out of all the ECW rejects you could take, would you want fucking Sabu or Sandman? Because Tommy Dreamer's too busy in the Impact Zone right now to do anything. So, sorry.
You can bring in Nunzio.
Yeah, sure, Nunzio's good too. Yeah, no, just anyone ECW. I'm just saying Sandman just because that'd be kind of cool. Just say, and he just comes out.
Oh, yo, imagine if they brought in Taz and Taz came out in this single.
I would actually mark out for Taz. I think Taz would be cool.
Oh man,
Taz would actually be pretty cool. Yeah, so those would be some surprise entrants I would like to see because why not ECW? Thoughts on the Minneapolis Miracle? Well, if you're talking about the Minneapolis Miracle, where the Timberwolves went 5 straight and they just are destroying yeah, I'm surprised too. Wait, you're talking about the Vikings beating the Saints?
Yeah, that play.
Oh, well, I know a lot of people know me as a Chargers fan, but I also do support the Chicago Bears, and so me liking the Vikings is not something I like to do. And I know everyone's going to be like, how are you Timberwolves fan? Because of Kevin Garnett. Shut the fuck up, okay? Sup, Ace Outlaw. We're asking questions right now. But That play was sick. And I don't care. Everyone can be like, oh, well, if Malcolm Jenkins or whatever. Who is it? Malcolm? I combined Mike Mitchell with this guy. Malcolm Robinson. I'm sorry if I don't know this player's name and stuff like that. I know he's a good young rookie. Him and Marcus Lattimore are going to be causing headaches for all these NFC South quarterbacks for years to come and stuff like that. But, like, you know, who cares if that safety made a misplay on the tackle? That's still, Stephon Diggs still had great concentration, because Stephon Diggs was hearing those footsteps. He could have easily dropped that ball, and Stephon Diggs could have easily tiptoed out of bounds. The concentration it took for this guy to be able to be able to stay in bounds and be able to run down the field like that's just crazy, man. That's just crazy. So yeah, you know what? That was one of the best playoff plays in NFL history too. Like, you know, that's up there. Like, that's probably the best play that I've seen since the Beastquake play. Because since Marshawn's big run against the Saints. It's funny, it's against the Saints too, but that's
what year was that?
That was the year after the Saints won the Super Bowl.
Okay, so 2010?
Yeah, 2010. Yeah, the 2010 playoffs, because the Seahawks were 7-9, and then they faced off against the Bears the next week, and then the Bears beat them up pretty bad. Yeah, so that was probably the best play since that. You know, I know everyone's gonna be like, "What about this play, that play?" Look, Mario Manningham's catch does not compare.
Yeah, Mario Manningham.
Julian Edelman's catch does not compare to that shit. That shit was insane. Like, that was just like heart, intensity, everything wrapped into one in one play.
Or Chase, you forgot about the Malcolm Butler interception.
Fuck Malcolm Butler. I mean, he's great in Madden, but yeah. Marcus Williams, thank you, Straight Shooter. I'm sorry, Marcus Williams, but just know no one hates you. No one should hate you. You're just doing your job as a football player. You did a good job. It was just that you made a rookie mistake, and it's fine because you'll be back, and you and Marcus Lattimore will make the NFC South quarterbacks, especially Jameis Winston, be pissed off. DC versus Vulcan will be fight of the night. Cool. Ross, what did you think about the Minneapolis Miracle?
That was incredible. I mean, I was working, so I didn't see it live. Unfortunately, you know, that's what happens in life. You miss some things because of work. I I'll do periodically at work. I'll check the score of some games every now and then when I get the opportunity. And then I saw that the Vikings won like last second, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta check this out. So I check out the play, and that's incredible. Like, that's shit that you only see in Madden.
Yeah, that's like a Madden play that when you put the difficulty on rookie.
Yep. I've attempted stuff like that in Madden so many times, and it never works. Like, never works.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so
that was one for the ages for sure. That's you'll never forget that.
Yeah, 100%. Have I seen The Disaster Artist? Yeah, that was like one of my favorite movies last year.
Oh, that was amazing.
Fucking great. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
It made me want to see The Room again, and I don't like The Room at all. Like, I didn't get the whole cult. No, like, seriously, everyone like loves The Room. It's a cult phenomenon. I never got it. Like, I was just like, why?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, like, I never got it, but like, Disaster Artist made me.
Yeah, I first heard about The Room a few years ago. I think I had seen like You're Tearing Me Apart, Lisa, but I didn't know where it was from. But then like I saw Nostalgia Critic reviewed The Room, and I was just dying laughing. I was like, this can't be real. And then so I watched The Room afterwards, and just I was dying. Like, that's not like the most funniest thing ever.
Yeah, because that Tearing Me Apart, Lisa, was like a meme for like that was like one of the original memes. Like when people talk about like like memes and stuff like that, like the like OG memes, like that was like an OG meme. Like I would see people like post that shit. I was like, what's that from? And I was like, oh, have you not seen The Room? And I was like, no, because I keep in mind when The Room started getting popularity with my group, it was like when I was like in sophomore year in high school, because like that came out in 2003. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone in high school ever, like in my group of friends, really talked about The Room. And we watched a lot of bad stuff. I'm surprised nobody ever brought up The Room.
Yeah, no, the Room recently got like super popular, like later than what it normally is. But yeah, so when it came down to it, I I didn't see the room until like much later when it came to stuff. You know, like I didn't see the room until like.
Oh, speaking of the room, there's also like another like really bad movie, like Birdemic or something. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
John reviewed that. Just look up like John Tron Birdemic or something. It's like the worst, one of the worst movies ever. It's also like really funny.
Oh, well, I gotta check that out then if it's
Yeah, just look that up. It's so bad that it's funny.
All right. Well, Ace Outlaw said the best play he's seen was the Tennessee Miracle, the Music City Miracle. So yeah. All right. Can't believe we're 1 month away to know John Jones's future. Oh, he's still fighting that shit. We all know he's gone for a long ass time. I don't know why we waiting. Like, what the whole point, man? Like, we all know he's busted. Like, he's gonna be suspended anyways. It's not like UFC will be like, oh well, I guess we're gonna give the belt back to you because Cormier sucks or whatever. Blue Knight asks thoughts on the Eagles versus the Vikings. Ooh, so
oh boy,
it's a tough game. It really is. Like, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Minnesota, Nick Foles, ha, and stuff like that. Think about this, guys. It's a battle between Rams quarterbacks, man. And the backup for the Vikings is another Rams quarterback. All escaped the Jeff Fisher era, man. Maybe Jeff Fisher was on to something. He knew what was up, dude. Jeff Fisher knew what was up, dude. He drafted those 3 idiots. No, but anyways, when it came down to it, well, he didn't draft Nick Foles. He signed Nick Foles because he believed in him. But when it came down to it, man, both these teams have really good defenses. The defenses are going to decide who are going to win this game between the Tennessee Titans, between the Philadelphia Eagles and the what's it called, Minnesota Vikings. Those are what's going to decide who wins the games. But it's up to the offenses and the play calls to see how they're going to do. Bad thing for the Eagles is their number one receiver, Alshon Jeffrey, is going to go against a familiar face in Xavier Rhodes. Well, a bunch of familiar faces and any cornerbacks from the NFC North. So, yeah, you're going to have a bunch of tendencies being blocked. And Alshon Jeffrey, when he did take on Xavier Rhodes, he did not do very well against that young man. I can tell you that from first-hand experience. So Eagles fans may have to be a little bit frustrated with Alshon Jeffrey and should not be that frustrated. They need to get J.I. growing from the get-go. They cannot be dicking around like they did with the Falcons. They need J.I. to tire out that Vikings pass rush. They need to make the Vikings... Because the Vikings, the one weakness that they have on their D-line is minus Everson Griffin. A lot of their D linemen are, let's attack the quarterback first because we're not going to go stop the run. Because they always believe that Eric Kendricks and Anthony Barr, because they're super fucking fast, are able to stop on the dime from going into coverage to go up and stop the run. So they just trust in the fact that Kendricks and Barr are fast enough to go ahead and stop the run. If I'm the Eagles, I'm trying to go and get the run going as soon as possible to try to make those Vikings D linemen not as fast off the ball. Because if you let the Vikings D linemen just say, hey, we just got to worry about stopping the pass and we can go for sacks, that's where you're in trouble because they have guys like Daniil Hunter and their defensive linemen. They're just fast individuals. They're really good against the pass, but they're not so good against the run. And so that's something that a lot of Vikings fans don't want to admit, but it's true because when you look at their linebackers, they're the ones that are mostly stuffing the run, not the defensive linemen. I mean, yes, they can clock some holes once in a while, but they're not the ones bursting through, breaking those blocks, shedding those blocks, and tackling the running back for major losses. So if I'm the Eagles, I'm setting up the run game as fast as possible. The Eagles defense needs to make sure that they have the perimeters check out, because the one tape that I saw from watching that Eagles-Falcons game is that the perimeters that the Eagles were playing on, they struggled whenever Tevin Coleman went out the perimeter. Now you're going against Jerick McKinnon, who I think is a lot faster than Tevin Coleman and a lot more explosive. Yeah, you do not want to be on perimeters. You want to make sure the Vikings are using Latavius Murray going up the middle. When it comes down to it, this game is probably going to be the blowout game of the weekend. And what I mean is one of these teams are going to get blown out. I think that the Jaguars and Patriots have the narrative to be closer than it should be, and I expect a bullshit finish at that game where the Patriots somehow win. But this game right here, I'm expecting the Minnesota Vikings to blow out the Philadelphia Eagles. And the thing is, I expect the first quarter to be a close game, like a 3-0 game, and everyone's like, oh, these defenses. But then the Vikings defense will do what they do best. A pick by Eric Kendricks, or maybe Harrison Smith makes a huge fumble recovery. You know, something.
For sure.
Something that the Vikings defense is known for, and they keep on running. And then at the same time, and like I said before, if you can't get the run game going, and Doug Peterson's just like his mentor Andy Reid, notices that he's down. He's not going to go back to the run. He's going to go to pass, and that's something that you do not want to be in the game with the Vikings. And I don't care if Carson Wentz is quarterback or not. I would be saying the same shit with Carson Wentz. You don't want them to be in the pass mode. Because look at what happened. Look at what happened with the Saints when they were stuck in pass mode. The Vikings were beating them 17-0. When the Saints started to get the run game going, you notice that the Vikings D linemen weren't as fast off the ball. They were kind of laying back a little bit. So when it comes down to it, I think the Vikings, though, will get the Eagles in trouble. They'll keep the foot on the gas, and that'll be the blowout game. Nothing against the Eagles. I think they're a really good team. The NFC East, though, is still going to be really competitive next year, but I think they are the de facto best team in the NFC East.
Yeah,
they are just by default, but like I still think the Cowboys could bounce back next year. I do think. I think the Giants, under a much better coach, and especially with Josh McDaniels, who is a winning coach, will make the Giants a lot better, and that the Giants will be back to being in contention. And the Redskins, they're the Redskins, dude. It don't matter who the fuck's on the roster. Somehow they're in contention anyway. So the NFC East. It's not easy, but when you look at it overall perspective-wise, the Eagles are the best team in the NFC East. So they will be fine. It's nothing against them. It's just more of like, I feel like the Vikings match up well with them and stuff like that. So I got the Vikings winning via blowout. And then, like I said, I would love the Jaguars to win. That'd be hilarious to see Blake Bortles.
That'd be funny.
Blake Bortles undefeated in the playoffs. Going to.
Oh man!
Everyone talks shit about the guy. I say he's the worst quarterback I've ever seen. I'm never going to take that away, and stuff like that. So either way, I heard McDaniels is going to. I heard McDaniels the Giants, but okay, I guess it's going to go.
I heard something about Titans, maybe Titans too.
Ooh, they're getting ready to malarkey.
Well, yeah, Malarkey's fired.
Oh, they fired him already? Shit, I missed
that. Yeah. Like differences with the future of the team led to that.
He probably was all like, trade Mariota. And they're like, no. he probably said something stupid.
Trade Mariota. Yeah. For sure. That's a good move.
No, man. Mariota.
The dude can pass it to himself for a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. Thoughts on Conor McGregor possibly getting stripped? Conor don't need a belt. He's a championship in himself, man. Now, I'm being dead honest when I say that. Like, the thing is, Isaac Barak, we need a champion to actually be around in the fucking lightweight division. We need actually someone to defend the belt. So, like...
he's like Brock Lesnar in the belt right now?
Oh, he's huge. Worse than Lesnar. At least Lesnar shows up every once in a while to defend the belt. Conor's not even defending that shit, man.
When's the last time he defended it?
He hasn't defended it.
Oh,
he hasn't defended it at all. He won it. He won it almost. Like, okay, technically, we just entered 2018, but the last time he spawned in the Octagon was 2016.
Oh shit! Yeah,
the first MSG show, and the Floyd fight was late last year in 2017. So the thing was, it's like everyone's like, oh yeah, he's been acting. No, he only fought 2 fights like recently, and stuff like that. So, like, 2016 was his last active year. Because he fought Nate, got his ass kicked. Fought Nate again. Should have maybe lost. Who knows? And then beat Eddie Alvarez. All right. That's it. 2017 just fought Floyd. He hasn't defended his lightweight belt at all. We have an interim lightweight champion. Like, we just need a champion there. And then Conor can win it back if he wants it back. And you know what? It looks good that he's like a 2-time champ. I don't know. But yeah, it's honestly, he should be vacating that shit soon.
Yeah, for sure.
In your opinion, should the Cleveland Browns fire Hugh Jackson as a head coach of that team? Yeah, like the motherfucker said last year, this team goes 1-15, I'll jump off the ship. Motherfucker, you went 0-16. You should explode the ship.
I actually disagree. I think they should keep him because I don't think your franchise is going to get any better if you just keep firing coaches after like a year or two. Like, to me, it just doesn't make sense to do that. Like, it's not the coach's fault of the talent that the Browns get. You know, they've had bad talent for years.
Well,
Like,
to Hugh
you
Jackson's
know,
credit,
like,
he does keep this team involved. Like, the team would be in close games. I'm just saying he's
yeah.
the one that said I would jump off the ship when it was 1-15. He went 0-16,
Mhm.
so she should have just quit. Like, don't say that you're going to quit if you go 1-15 again and you go worse.
And then also, like, what good is it if a coach only stays for like a year or two? Like, why would anyone want to sign with the Browns?
Oh, yeah.
Like, knowing that they're only gonna get like a year or two if they don't do anything. Like, you know, it doesn't make any coaches want to go to Cleveland.
Yeah, and then not only that, too, it's like, well, maybe a young coach like a Brian Doble and shit like that, like, that idiot, like, he would go and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, like, why would any players, like, especially because this free agency, you have the money and stuff like that, and you're going to have to overpay. But man, dude, if you could walk away this free agency and you sign a Malcolm Butler and a DeMarcus Lawrence, whoo, that's good shit right there. Because then you pair Myles Garrett with DeMarcus Lawrence on the other side, and you still have other young rotation pass rushers like Emmanuel Ogba and Carl Nassib and stuff, and then also with Danny Shelton there. Damn, dude, that's a good D line.
Yeah, I mean, the Browns D, like, it's not the worst defense in the league.
No.
Like, it's got potential.
Their offense is the only thing that sucks. That's the only thing. Their offense. That's why I'm.
All they have is Josh. It's only Josh Gordon and Corey Coleman, really.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying the Browns. See, like the Browns, what they need to do, man. Off season, you have this cap space. I don't give a fuck. You sign DeMarcus Lawrence, and you sign if they don't get franchise tag because they get. But I don't think the Cowboys have enough capital to keep DeMarcus Lawrence and stuff like that. And that guy's entering. And I know that DeMarcus Lawrence has had PED issues in the past, but the guy's still a stud and stuff. And you got to sign him, and you got to sign Malcolm, and you got to sign Malcolm Butler away from the Patriots because look, the Patriots. Obviously, they don't want to keep Malcolm Butler long-term for whatever reason. Like, yes, he's not the greatest corner I've ever seen, but he's a great steady hand, and he's a great number one corner. And that's something that you want in a team like the Cleveland Browns. You want guys like that on your roster. So I would sign Malcolm Butler. I would sign fucking DeMarcus Lawrence. And then I would try to find like an old, savvy, veteran wide receiver or something along those lines that's not Kenny Britt. That won't, like, you know, be toxic to your locker room. Like, something like that to help out Josh Gordon and Corey Coleman stay motivated, you know? But then, like, in the draft, you take Saquon Barkley and you take whatever quarterback you want. That's what you need to do. And even if you take the whatever quarterback you want, number one, to make a statement, and then you have to trade with the Giants to the number 2 pick to get Saquon, you do that. Because you have all this pick capital. Because I guarantee you, they're not going to find 3 guys in the second round worth a damn that are going to be better than Saquon fucking Barkley.
Yeah.
They're not going to find 3 guys better than Saquon Barkley in the second round, where you can't sacrifice a second or a third round pick to get Saquon Barkley. Like, you know, even if you go Saquon I just say draft your quarterback number 1 because you want your guy. Because you all know, like, certain people are looking at quarterbacks too. You don't want it where you don't get your guy. And then you trade up to get Saquon Barkley because it's like, come on, you can't just pass up on one of the best running back prospects ever in Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not going to say Saquon's going to be the best because, like, you know, he may struggle because it is fucking Cleveland, but I'm just saying, you know, you don't pass up on it. All right, so did I hear Bobby Knuckles pull out the UFC card? Yeah, man, he got sick or whatever, man. He has some, like, weird infection. Sucks, man. There was a card built around him, too, in Australia. Now they have, like, a random Yoel Romero versus Luke Rockhold for another interim title. I don't even know what it is. Ace Outlaw asks, do I like Ryan Tannehill? In my opinion, he's going to lead us to a Super Bowl. Really hope we don't get rid of him. I'm a huge Tannehill. I've always been a Tannehill guy. You know, he's been regressing, sadly. But I think he's really good, and I think Adam Gase has been an idiot with him, to be honest. Like, I don't think Gase has gotten the full potential. Like, who was the guy that they had before Cam Cameron? Like, the other, like, not, he was the OC. I think Cam Cameron was the OC for you guys at one point. The LSU OC now. I think he was, and he did well with Tannehill, and then Adam Gase came and, like, I don't know, tried to sabotage Tannehill. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But when it came down to it, I do like Ryan Tannehill. I think Tannehill's a really good quarterback.
But if Jarvis Landry doesn't come back, that's gonna hurt.
Oh, he's gone. I don't think there's any way they've already kind like, I've never seen teams try to court a wide receiver like that, and like he's like already a free agent and we haven't even gotten to their frame. I think they're going to ride high on Devontae Parker, Kenny Stills, and the other guy that they have there as well as their main receivers. I think that's who they're going to ride with. But yeah, no,
Okay.
they just need to have more pieces around him. I mean, Tannehill's not the great. I mean, he's a good starter and stuff like that, but like he has some stuff to work on. If you guys can afford Jarvis Landry, straight shooter, y'all need to cut the Des Bryant or something. Like, y'all have too much people under contract, man. Like, y'all contracts are terrible, man. Like, that's why you need Zach and Deke. Oh, I fucking almost mixed your names up. That's why you need Zach and Zeke to win y'all a Super Bowl right off the bat, man. Like, if y'all don't win a Super Bowl with them while they're young, oh, you screwed. Just saying.
Yeah, like this little few year window. Like this is like probably like 2-3 years. Like if they don't win a Super Bowl, that's probably
because then you're gonna have to overpay Dak and Zeke. Well, especially Dak. Like Dak would get overpaid, like because he's a quarterback. Zeke is really good, but like, I'm just saying you're gonna have to overpay them because by that time, like I don't know, like fucking who's a running back that's coming up? Like Todd Gurley will get paid like the greatest contract ever for a running back.
Yeah.
And then knowing my Chargers are going to be like, hey, Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon's like, I want the same price. And we're going to be like, see ya! You're going to be like Ryan Matthews. Later!
We'll just use Eckler.
We'll just draft another running back. And hope that works. Because that has worked every single time when we got rid of one.
Ryan Matthews, that worked out really well.
The Marlins have a terrible front office, Russ. We agree with this, huh?
Yeah, they're always been that way. Like they won the World Series in 2003 over the Yankees. Oh, let's get rid of Josh Beckett, Carl Pavano.
Let's get rid of our stars. Like, why do we want stars? Why do we want to be good? No, we want to tank every year. Like, why?
Mm-hmm. And what I didn't understand.
And you know what made no sense? They won that World Series, and they were like, "It's okay because we got Cabrera forever." And it's like, "Oh, we'll just let him go." Like what?
Yeah, and then recently they signed Stan to this big, huge deal, and then no, we're just gonna trade him. Yeah, we don't want to pay him that much. Then why the hell did you sign him to that contract?
But not only did they trade Stan away, they traded their good first baseman away as well, and they traded another good piece that they had. They traded away a couple good pieces, like besides Stanton. Yeah. It's like, why do you guys have these players that they're just gonna like? Seriously, if I'm a young farm system player, if I hear I get drafted by tomorrow, they're gonna be like, trade me. like I don't want to play for this farm system because they're just gonna trade me away once I get good. Yeah, the Stanton deal made no sense because I thought when they signed Stanton last year, I said to myself, well, you know, he's a great young player. He's entering the prime years of his career. He's going to stay a Marlin forever, but you're giving something for people to be excited about. Because now maybe some free agents, because, hey, you live in fucking Miami. Who doesn't want to go there? And, you know, especially older players. You're getting more veterans who maybe want to come there. Maybe some younger players want to team up with Giancarlo Stanton. Maybe you can find a way in the books. Team Stanton up with, like, I don't know, let's just say a Bryce Harper or someone. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, you're just like, nope. We signed him to this deal. Let's give him away. And now he's on your Yankees, Ross.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. So.
Yeah, you have Aaron. That's why when people because you know, it's funny. I met with my friends for Christmas, and I said, yeah, man, this season for the Cubs, I don't give a shit what happens, but I'm telling you, man, 2018 offseason. Bryce Harper, come home, baby. And everyone's like, oh, it's not possible. And then some people were like, you know, that is kind of possible to have Harper, Rizzo, and Bryant. And I'm like, yep. Harper, Rizzo.
Yeah. I think that Harper could go to the Cubs.
Yeah. Harper, Rizzo, Bryant, and then try to stop that. Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, eventually some of the pieces, though, with the Cubs will leave. You know, they're not going to keep that many prospects.
The only piece that everyone loves that I'm kind of always mixed on is Javi Baez. You know, I'm mixed on Baez.
I think he's gone. At some point, he's gone.
Yeah, no, Baez is going to be a star somewhere else, and I wish him nothing but the best. I love his defense. Offensively, he just pisses me off at bat too much, man. Every time I watch it.
Addison Russell.
I love Russell, but he's gone. Like,
I
no,
guess he would stay, but I could see Schwarber going to like American.
I think Schwarber's such a great trade chip. Like, I feel Schwarber would benefit playing for an AL team than really an NL
Yeah,
team.
so yeah, he doesn't have to play any defense.
Yeah, no, his defense is terrible, man. No matter where you put him,
He's just a free swinger, you know.
Yeah, but also too, like the one player I do not want to lose ever though. And I know everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, is it Brian and Rizzo?" No, I don't want to lose Wilson Contreras. I fucking love.
Oh yeah, he's really good. Yeah,
you can't like, especially because we're gonna have Lester for another 80 years. Like we need someone that can actually throw to second base.
yeah.
No, because
Lester doesn't like pick off. Moves.
Oh no, dude, he had one this year. It was like
he did one. Yeah,
one, and they were showing that in the posting. I'm like, that happened in the beginning of the season. Stop. You're getting my hopes up. But yeah, no, because that's the thing too. This baseball offseason though has been really dead.
Yeah, there's still a few other names. I mean, it just picked up recently with the Giants.
Yeah,
signing Garrett Cole. They traded for Garrett Cole, and they traded for Cole went to the Astros, and then Giants just got today Andrew McCutchen.
Yeah, McCutchen, and then like the Giants are trying to say we'll grab all these old ass players, we're gonna win it all, and they have a chance.
Astros rotation with Garrett Cole now, it's a lot deeper. I mean, that's for sure. I don't know how Garrett Cole will transition to the American League and then he's gonna have to face Trout all the time, and he'll have to face the Rangers. Like he's gonna have to face some tougher offenses.
Yeah.
So,
has baseball been on? No, Blue Knight. We're waiting for questions to be asked. We're just sitting here waiting for questions. So we're talking about baseball because someone was talking about the Marlins, so we're just talking about baseball.
Pitchers and catchers report in like a month. So it's almost baseball season.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to see what's up with Arrieta. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I think that'll come soon. And then JD Martinez still needs to sign.
Because I know the Cubs are close with Wade Davis. Like I know we got
and then all the Royals players, Lorenzo Cain, Eric Hosmer, like those players need to sign somewhere.
Oh, I know, right? Dude, fucking the Royals. I think they're still going to be good next year. I think they just had one off year and stuff. I think people are sleeping on them a little bit too much.
I don't know. The Twins might stay around.
Maybe the Twins are going to go off this. Maybe it's like a Minneapolis year. What if this is like a weird year where all Minneapolis sports just dominate?
Mm-hmm.
You want wrestling talk? Well, give us a discussion about wrestling then, Blue Knight. We'll talk wrestling then. I don't know what you want us to talk about. Like we talked about Raw. Like if you want us to talk about wrestling, give me a topic to talk about, and we'll ramble about wrestling for a few while. We're just talking about baseball because that's the question that was asked.
Yeah.
This is the Q&A portion. We're just talking about baseball and stuff, man. And a lot of people, like, the funny thing is too, like everyone's like, "Oh, we want wrestling talk." When I go back and I look at the playback stats for all my videos, you know what are the highest rated segments? Me talking about NBA, me talking about NFL, me talking about fucking baseball. Those are the high UFC. You know, like not even the wrestling portions are high talked about. That's the funny part about it. That's why I don't mind sometimes talking about just baseball. I mean, 12 people are still watching. They're just like, oh yeah, let's hear these guys talk about baseball. It's like kind of like a sports podcast. Blue Knight's like, nah, I'm more interested in the football talk. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, dude. So yeah, when it comes down to it, yeah, no, but baseball, I feel like baseball right now, it's at the hot. It's really hot right now. It got hot like in like 20. Yeah. I feel like 2013 was like the start of this like good hotness for baseball. You know what I'm saying? Like we're like and then especially the playoffs, man. Oh, dude, like
playoffs.
Minus hockey, I don't think you could say any playoffs is better than baseball when it comes down to it.
No.
Like
that game with the Dodgers and Astros in the World Series, Game 5.
Actually, I would say there was a couple good Mets KC Royal games. So, but the last two World Series, fucking phenomenal. You can't tell me the Cubs and Indians were great, and the Dodgers and Astros was even better. Like, come on, man. You cannot like as a Cubs fan biased though. Like, I enjoyed the Cubs and Cubs and Astros more, but that's just me. Cubs and whatever.
Indians, yeah.
Yeah, Indians, but yeah, no, Dodgers Astros even better. Like, amazing shit. Like, so much fun. Are these playoffs? Thoughts on Fox trying to buy WWE? Ross, will we see WWE on Fox Sports 1? What are your thoughts on Fox trying to buy WWE?
I Hey, I mean, they're trying at least, you know. They want to. It seems like they want to overtake ESPN at some point. And I don't know what kind of ratings they get. Like, do they get good ratings
No,
compared to
Fox Sports,
ESPN?
dude. Fox Sports One's terrible. Like, okay,
Yeah.
like Fox. If they put on the main Fox channel, then that's fine. But man,
Yeah.
Fox Sports One, dude. Oh god, dude. They cancel shows left and right. They cancel. So Katie Nolan, you know Katie Nolan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she had a show called Garbage Time. It only appeared like once a week. That won a Grammy, and they canceled it after winning an award or Emmy, Primetime Emmy Award. It won an award, and they canceled it after winning an award. They can't. They had this. Their Fox Sports One. You know, like their highlight show that is like ESPN's. They canceled that. They canceled their own like Sports Center.
They still have the Undisputed thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. So the only shows that do well for them are First Things First and Undisputed because of Skip Bayless. That's it.
First Things First, that had...
Nick
I think
Wright
I've
and Chris
heard of
Carter.
this stuff. Okay, yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, like seriously, Fox, like I don't know, man. Fox buying WWE, I would not do a deal with them. Mainly because like if I'm WWE, I'm looking at what Fox did with UFC, and I would actually, if I'm Vince, talk to Dana White about that and see if it's worth the deal. Because even Dana White has been pissed off with this Fox deal and like has been talking about how the UFC may be moving elsewhere. Which I don't blame them if they may be looking at maybe going to an ESPN or maybe looking at an NBC as primary partners, because really, to be honest, Fox has not been promising UFC what they've wanted for so long, and if anything, they've made UFC a little bit worse than it has been. So I'm saying with WWE, why would WWE want to go to Fox Sports One or Fox? And yes, maybe the ad revenue and the money is a lot better, but honestly, the USA Network is a better network for them overall. Yeah, there will be on basic cable so more people could see WWE Raw. But even then, WWE didn't do well when they were on the UPN network, which is also another basic cable channel. So I'm just saying, when it comes down to it, Fox buying WWE, I hope it doesn't happen because I feel like that will hurt the company more than it will help the company. Seriously, like when your best rated show is fucking Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, like that's just
Yeah, I can't stand that.
I mean, you're canceling your Sports Center. You canceled your own Sports Center. How do you cancel Sports Center? Like
yeah, you need a Sports Center.
Like a Fox Sport, they canceled their Fox Sports. So they like seriously, that's what like some people go home and trust me, man. When FS1 first started, I was like, you know what, man, I'll watch these shows. And I stopped after I saw a show with Regis fucking Philbin. I was like, what the... Regis Philbin was on a show, and remember when Roy Hibbert was playing terrible and stuff like that?
Yep.
So Roy Hibbert was a guest on the show for like one episode, and Regis Philbin was like, you're my favorite player ever now. And Regis Philbin... I wish there was a clip of this still, because I never laughed so much harder. So on this show, it was like Regis Philbin, Trevor Knight, some hot British chick, Katie Nolan, that's where she first got her start, was on this show. Michael Costas and Jason Gay. Those were the people that were on this show and stuff like that. And Regis Philbin was like, I want you guys to put the camera on me, damn it. He literally said, damn it. It was the greatest scene ever. And he goes, listen, I know my man Roy Hibbert, my favorite NBA player right now, is struggling. And he's not doing well. Well, you know what? Here's a pep talk for you. For all you people hating on Roy Hibbert, just know he will rebound because that's what he does best. He always rebounds. Like he was screaming that he always rebounds and he will block the shots, and that LeBron better call his mama because Roy Hibbert is gonna beat him up. It's the greatest scene ever, man. I wish there was a video of it still, but I was laughing so hard at this stuff, man. Like, oh, Regis Philbin, great human being. But sports. But yeah, so yeah, they had a show with Regis Philbin. And I just gave up after. And funny enough, Fox was the first program to give Randy Moss a start. And you know how they treated Randy Moss? Instead of treating him like the star like ESPN did, they put Randy Moss on their fucking 4 in the morning show. So if you want to see Randy Moss be hilarious and great, you have to go.
What year was this Regis Philbin show?
It was called Crowd Goes Wild. It was when the show first started. Fox Sports 1 first started.
Oh, okay. I don't even remember this show.
Yeah,
okay, I see it.
It was terrible. Regis Philbin would always be like trying to grope the girls on the show. Like one time, that like Katie Nolan was blindfolded, and so was Regis Philbin, and like he grabbed Katie Nolan's arms, and like, oh, I like this, and I was like, oh shit, Regis. It was pretty sexual, but
Wow.
yeah, it's terrible, man.
I'm surprised there hasn't been any news about Regis Philbin like sexually harassing someone.
I've heard rumors that he's like a weird dude with girls.
Yeah, I could see him. I could see him being like that.
I've heard the rumors, but nothing has come out. So good for Regis, man. Good for Regis.
Yeah. I liked him growing up.
Yeah, no, but when it came down to it, what's it called? What was I talking about? Yeah, Randy Moss. They had Randy Moss, dude, and Randy Moss is great on ESPN. Him and Charles Woodson are probably the two best things. Like, fuck Matt Hasselbeck needs to go away, dude. Like.
Yeah, he's been there forever. I feel like.
And then who's this girl that they have? What's her name? Like, who's that girl? Like, she's like the new Berman. She's like the replacement Berman, Chris Berman.
Oh, not Wendy Nix.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, what the heck? I don't remember her name.
Yeah, no, she's forgettable. Oh, she's terrible. But yeah, so Fox.
I don't mind like Matthew Berry and
no, Matthew Berry's fine.
Stefania Bell and Yates, Field Yates. I think they're good guys.
Yeah. Oh, Samantha Ponder. There we go. Yeah. Oh, just straight terrible. Samantha Ponder is, dude. Her come on mans are always the worst. Like, I hate her. But when it comes out to it, Fox Sports had Randy Moss. They had him on their like weekly football daily show. But if you want to see Randy Moss talk about the main Sunday games, you have to watch him at 4 a.m. And it's like, dude, who fucking thinks of this, man? You have Randy Moss, a player that a lot of people, especially my age, who are probably want to watch like these pregame shows that you're trying to attract to watch these pregame shows, that a lot of people want to hear his thoughts. He's a player that made NFL history. He's one of the best wide receivers. Should be a first ballot fucking Hall of Famer, but because of fucking Jerry Rice and everyone being fucking anal about wide receivers, he won't be, because him and T.O. are always going to get fucking screwed. Who cares if I'm pissed? I am, because both those guys are first ballot guys, in my personal opinion. Fuck you, media members. I think that's the only reason why Randy Moss got this media job, so that way he can kiss ass on the media members. And you know what? Straight cash, homie. Good job, Randy. You deserve it. But yeah, when it comes down to it, man, the big boss, Randy Moss, you have him on 4 a.m. Oh, that's Christian Ponder's wife? Oh, God. He has to deal with that?
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Christian Ponder.
Dude, that guy, what the fuck is that dude doing, man?
I don't even know.
Dude, just imagine, dude. He like, do you think AP's pissed? Like Adrian Peterson's pissed off about like how good the Vikings are doing without him right now?
Probably. Like, God damn it.
I mean, when you think about AP this year, minus that one good game he had for the Cardinals, you're going to think about him on the sidelines, like death staring Sean Payton, telling him to give him the football. That's what you're going to think of when you think of Adrian Peterson. You're not going to think of like this year. You're not going to think of like, oh yeah, AP, yeah, he had like another 1,000-yard season, just adding on to being one of the greatest running backs of all time. It's like, you're like, yeah, man, remember he death stared Sean Payton? How funny is that too, man? The teams that got rid of him both made it to the playoffs. Maybe AP is the problem. Maybe we need to get rid of Adrian Peterson. So I feel like that's it for this show.
Yeah, he was the problem.
He's a huge problem. I feel like that's it for this show, guys. But thank you guys very much for tuning in for the first hour, talking about Raw. And now, us talking about sports and random stuff. That I'm pretty sure when the playback comes back, those will be the highest rated part, was when we were talking about Giancarlo Stanton and everything like that. But thank you guys very much for watching this episode of the Raw review and everything like that. If you guys like what you saw, hit that subscribe button down below. I'll be doing more Who Should Win the Royal Rumble videos. Tomorrow will be hopefully a favorite and stuff like that. Thank you all very much. Remember, guys, just like Brock Lesnar, sometimes you don't have to give a shit. Ross, what would you like to plug?
I could plug my Twitter and YouTube, both Gold Standard 000. You can follow me on Instagram. I mean, pretty soon I'll be doing my Mania trip, and I'll be going to NXT for the TV tapings at Center Stage in February. So, I'm going to the Friday one, so you won't, like, on the TV episodes, that'll be all of March. So That's when you'll see me on those episodes. So yeah, that I'll be posting pictures from that and my Mania trip on Instagram. So like now is the time of the year where I'll be posting on Instagram a lot. So yeah, that's really all I need to check out.
And remember, guys, and make sure you pop those fucking collars, and you go and you say, yo.